Today's horoscope from Astrocademy, Aquarius December 11, 2022. Early today, the tendency is to overdo or speak too quickly, leading to minor problems. Jupiter in your sign is in challenging aspect to Venus, inclining you to want more from your life. Consider that even if you get what you want, it may not satisfy if you aren't in touch with your actual needs. Watch for acting out of character today, aiming to steer clear of exaggeration. Self-restraint and patience can save the day, and you might enjoy yourself as you entertain new feelings or discover unknown pleasures. Also today, Venus enters your solar 11th house for a stay until January 2nd, and in the weeks ahead, you're more responsive. Others especially enjoy your company, feedback, and input. You're personally popular and well-positioned to connect with like-minded people. Friends can bring more pleasure into your life, perhaps because they're more receptive or available. On another level, you can find more enjoyment in coming up with new plans, ideas, and goals for more fulfilling, happy activities. It's a good time to network, experiment, and explore. You're bound to learn more about your tastes and needs. You have a healthier relationship with your need for pleasure, joy, and friendship in the weeks ahead. A magical day lies ahead of you. Venus, our lesser benefic, will throw on her most attractive robes and put up her hair as she decides to go on a date with mighty Jupiter, our greater benefic, now orbiting in your solar first house of identity. Whenever these two celestial objects interact, a time of fun, games, laughter, and euphoria arrives. Whether single or attached, today would be a glorious moment to give a sweet gift to someone who you desire. If committed, surprise your significant other with flowers or something special. If single, ask out a crush and go to a fancy restaurant. This will make you feel lavish and in the mood for love. Do you feel like you are aligned with your career path? It might feel like everything is popping off all at once when Venus in Sagittarius squares Jupiter in your sign today. Since Venus is positively influencing your career path and status, you might feel larger than life thanks to Jupiter's positive influence. Although squares can usually be stressful, you may feel more optimistic that you are on the right path with your career, professional identity, and accomplishments. Do not be surprised if you find yourself committing to new professional opportunities when Venus enters Capricorn later. As Venus leaves your career sector today, as the planet of money, she is leaving you with the bar raised on both the income and the career fronts and a belief that you can turn desires into reality. It helps that the Sun is not only staying on in your career sector but Jupiter, the planet of luck and expansion, is just 11 days away from his return to your income sector. If you run into difficulty today, it will benefit you to take a break and give yourself some quiet, private time to cool down before taking action. There is a strong tendency to act irrationally. Give others the benefit of the doubt. Remember the phrase, "I'll have to think about this and get back to you." These words can help when your emotions are too hot to allow you to think on the spot. Drinking hot beverages will help cool your interior pathways. If there is an area or relationship in your life that has reached the point where continuing isn't possible or healthy, this is sure to be emphasized today. Take some time to consider what you may need to do to bring closure to these areas. And further, you'll need to determine your emotional needs as well. Don't put off what you truly know is inevitable and be nurturing to yourself through the process. 3 days after Mercury left your career sector, Venus leaves today as well, leaving behind just the Sun to bring this professional year home. The Sun will keep the solar spotlight on your career and professional situation, matters and options for the next 12 days, and that couldn't be more important, both for steering the remaining weeks of this professional year in the right direction and as you prepare for Jupiter's return to your income sector. The lucrative months ahead will rely a lot on what is being invested professionally now. In a case of perfect timing, the Moon is making its last visit to your romantic sector for the year, and here for the next few days has returned in time to create a romantically charged weekend. This is also the moon's first visit since the sun left an adventurous part of your chart, and as the moon forms a friendly aspect to the south node there, this will bring the spirit of romance and adventure together in a way that will feel familiar. Our eyes in the sky. Relationship tension could form this morning as a square between Venus and Jupiter takes center stage in the cosmos. You might feel as though your partner has been more self-involved lately and your needs aren't being met. This aspect could also make it difficult to find inspiration on a personal level, and the temptation to sleep in will be real. Try to watch your triggers right now, and avoid being reactive if you're faced with internal or external conflict. Full of energy and courage, you need not ask for better conditions to achieve your ambitions. Proceed with caution as you easily get sidetracked by intricate details that appear to be interesting and distract you. Approach things in a level-headed and sensible way and avoid taking too long to reach a successful outcome by concentrating on important tasks. Making plans for the future, you adopt a position that increases the strengthening of family ties. Your relations happily accept this and support you firmly in your plans. The consolidation of personal relationships continues in your love life. You get close to a certain someone, and long-lasting bond results from the well-meaning advances you make. Plans you try to implement require you to focus attention. More than ever, it's important to accept that you cannot change certain things and you don't allow your disappointment to stand in your way. Instead, concentrate on things which lie ahead. With the correct amount of patience and persistence, even if it takes longer, you reach your goal. As we head into the afternoon, the energy begins to lighten significantly, and an opposition between the Moon and Mercury gives us the opportunity to communicate and sort out our feelings. With its emotional ups and downs, this day could feel like a roller coaster, but any issues that arise during the day should resolve by nightfall. You'll likely feel exhausted by day's end due to the lunar tension, so head to bed early and get some much-needed rest. Finally, Venus enters Capricorn tonight, making us work hard for love and money. Roll up your sleeves and dig in. In the morning, Venus in Sagittarius squares off with Jupiter in Pisces, causing us to throw caution to the wind. Avoid putting yourself in harm's way via undue optimism. In our good mood, we might think, what's the worst that can happen? And most of the time, the worst does not in fact come to pass. We may simply get stuck negotiating a few uncomfortable or cringy interactions. Yet, if the stars misalign, we risk doing damage to our relationships through a lack of self-restraint or empathy. We don't have the best awareness of our limits, and our idealism can place us in vulnerable positions. By exercising moderation, we should be able to handle this influence just fine. Doubts appear to have dissipated, and you're busy moving forward. Use this newfound energy to start new projects and make important decisions. Since everything is taking care of itself, you feel totally at ease with what you're doing and able to be effective and enjoy success. Don't get involved in too many projects. Otherwise, you risk becoming exhausted. Mostly because of your open and friendly conduct, people provide you with positive feedback that you're likely to find extremely helpful. They notice how instinctively you provide them with the support and encouragement they need and naturally return the help received, so an atmosphere of mutual support develops, which is beneficial for everybody. Following this, the Cancer moon opposes Mercury in Capricorn, clouding our judgment. We believe we are approaching a problem rationally, yet our perspective is biased and our emotions are erratic. Positions that we vigorously defend 1 minute may be swapped out the next, with no explanation. The way we vacillate in our logic will be frustrating to our conversational partners, and we may not even realize we are doing this dance. Instead of wasting time trying to convince another to adopt your position, put your energy into managing work or routines.